Now, the interesting thing here is when we're looking at confidence, what I find astonishing is our perception of whether we're confident is what we're responding to, not the actuality. And, you know, our good friend Laurie Hammond talks about imposter syndrome a lot that we mentioned. It's not whether the person is competent or not. It's their perception, including of confidence. So I could be the fastest runner in the world, but if my confidence level is very low, I will probably perform at the low level of confidence rather than at my actual ability.
There's a line.
Self-limiting.
There is a line that I am not remembering, so I'm going to paraphrase it. And it is something to the effect of the best performance that you can possibly have is based upon your internal representation of what's possible.
Okay.
I shouldn't say possible.
Well, I can think of we haven't talked about this, but I can think of an example immediately which verifies what you've just said. So say that again. The best performance you can possibly have is based on
your own best performance is going to be capped by what you think is possible.
All right. So right away, you know who comes to mind?
Who?
Roger Bannister.
Yeah, I was thinking you
not Roger Bastard. Roger Bannister.
Roger Bannister, not Bastard, who was the first person to run a sub 4 minute mile.
Right.
And like very minor sub, but still it was under that 4 minutes. And then
all these peckers started breaking it right away.
Yeah.
Because now they knew it could be done.
It was
people's confidence that it could be broken.
Yeah. You know, example of
you're losing the thread, aren't you?
I'm thinking of some strength training stuff that I like during lockdown. As you know, I hung my rings up, my gymnastic rings that I use for a lot of workout stuff. I hung them up in my basement. I found it really nice because then every time I would walk past that pathway, I would see the rings and go, oh, I'll just do some exercises. And I was working on an exercise called a muscle up, where you pull yourself up, then you have to transition.
Not very interesting.
And push. And I could not do it. It was taking forever. And
wow.
I finally
what were you wearing?
I was finally one day I just walked by and I was going to get something out of my office and I thought I'm going to work on one. And I did it.
No, see, you did it.
I did it. And it shattered my
world record.
My thinking of, oh, this is really hard. Like it's still hard.
Right.
But I can do it now.
Right. No, that's the difference between you and I. If this was my house and I walked by those rings,
I'd just take them down.
No, you're thinking, oh, the rings, I got to do this. I'd be looking at them going, yeah, I'm going to have to remove them at some point.
I'm wondering what you're going to say.
Well, I wouldn't take them down. I'd be thinking about taking them down.
You just whip out your knife and just.
Well, there would be that. I left it upstairs, but taking them down would be too much trouble. So the bottom line is that extrapolating from the Roger Bannister thing.
Yeah.
As soon as people realized that the 4 minute mile could be broken,
they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that does not mean that
everyone in the world can do it.
Right. Nor does it mean, which is the old NLP mythology, that anything anybody else can do,
just because he could do it doesn't mean I can. I don't know. I don't want to set limiting beliefs here, but I may or may not have the genetic potential to do that.
You're saying at 46, you can run faster than Roger Bannister.
There's no freaking way I could run a 4 minute mile.
Then why would you bring it up?
But I didn't want to act like it was some limiting belief. I have absolutely no interest in running whatsoever. I'm not a runner. I respect those people who do. And if you want to run a sub 4 minute mile, you should damn well do it.
Do you think Bono could?
It's not going to be me. But if I was a younger man and if I had the interest, what's the line, Mike?
Well, I could do it. You know, if I had the talent and the interest and the training,
skill,
yeah,
and the patience,
I could be world chess champion.
Yeah.
If I had the skill, I love that. And the interest.
You said that once to me, made me laugh so hard. I said, we're talking about something. Yeah, I can do that. And you said, really? No, but I could if I had
if I had the interest and the ability. And yep.